like 65 years or something like that they've won over 10 games in a row. But last night their streak was snapped by the Oakland A's. But Combs, I want to kick it to you first right now. Are the New York Yankees the most dangerous team in the Major League Baseball right now?
No. And one reason why they're not the most dangerous team is their pitching. They don't have enough pitching to play in October. They just don't. They are a very good offense, but in October, pitching plays. And the teams that they're going to run up against are teams that can absolutely shut them down. So, when it comes to most dangerous teams in baseball, the Oakland A's come to mind before the New York Yankees. The Chicago White Sox come to mind before the New York Yankees. The Atlanta Braves, the San Francisco Giants, and the Los Angeles Dodgers all come to mind before the New York Yankees do. And I know I left a team out there that Tori is mad that I left them out, but they don't scare me more than the Yankees. I would take the Yankees over them. There's a couple teams I would take the Yankees over. They're probably the best team in their division. The Yankees are, but they don't have enough pitching to play in October. So no, I do not think that they are the most dangerous team in baseball.
All right, Torres, you were shaking your head in agreement and disagreement there. What do you agree and disagree with Mr. Brandon Combs' statements there?
100%. Like the pitching comes into play. Pitching is absolutely everything come October. If you don't have pitching, you're not going to be around long. I don't care if you can launch, the ball 700 times in a year. Come October, none of that matters. If you can't put the bat on the ball, they have a lot of guys that hit for power, but nobody that really hits for average really well. Yeah, okay, you had 4 guys hit 40 bombs. They hit 215. October, that's not going to do it. You can live and die by the bomb, because if it's a solo shot, because nobody else that can get on base or is on base, it doesn't matter. One run, that's nothing. But you get into a tight ball game where it's 1-2-0 and their pitching's rolling, you're screwed. Like the White Sox right now, top to bottom, the White Sox are, as far as pitching stats from starters and bullpen to closers, there ain't nobody touching them. Nobody.
Yeah. And they did win like 17-0 today over Brandon Combs' Chicago Cubs there. So, Combs, do you see the New York Yankees as a first-round loss tonight? Or not tonight, but this year in the playoffs?
I don't know. I have to see the way that the bracket lines up. I do think that there's a couple teams in the American League that they could beat in a short series. In a long series is where they're really in trouble. But in a short series, they do have an opportunity. They could beat the Rays in a short series. They can absolutely beat the Astros in a short series, because I think that the Astros and the Yankees are probably mirror images of one another. Not a whole lot of pitching, but a whole lot of offense. So there are a couple teams out there that I think they could beat and maybe make it to the ALCS. But once they go up against the Chicago White Sox would absolutely, I think the White Sox would sweep the New York Yankees, to be honest with you. I think that the Oakland A's would beat the Yankees in a short series even. I really do. I think Oakland is just that. Oakland always seems to just be that team, but they're scrappy enough they could beat the Yankees. So it just depends on the way that the bracket shakes out. Can the A's overtake the Astros and get, win their division, and that way they don't have to face the Yankees in the first round? Or are they the wild card? Because in a one-game wild card, I'd taken the A's 100 times out of 100 over the New York Yankees.
Tori, same question to you. How far do you think the Yankees can go in the playoffs?
I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs.
Ooh.
I'll be honest. I think they may fall out of it.
Wow.
They have been so up and down this year that they may fall out of it.
Wow.
So
they're 2.5 up on the Red Sox and 3 up on the A's in the wild card, 4.5 up on the Mariners, and 5.5 up on the Blue Jays. You think 2 of those teams are going to overtake them?
I mean, the 2 best shots are right there, right in the division, obviously, between the Rays and the Red Sox. Red Sox have kind of fallen back to earth. And I think the Red Sox, if the Red Sox continue to free fall and be the team that we all thought they were going to be this year, then the Yankees make it. But if the Red Sox find their form that they had for most of the year, I think they can overtake the Yankees. The Yankees are streaky.
Yeah.
So It's 100%. Like they won 15 in a row. They could go out and lose 7 or 8 in a row. And now we're talking about, are the Yankees even going to make the playoffs? And that's where I'm at with them, because they're unpredictable. I don't think the Yankees team we're seeing now is the Yankee team that's the true Yankee team. I
Boy,
think
that
the
would
team that we
be.
saw
Do they
before
blow
that.
it up? If they, I mean, look, Yankee fans are as loyal and as brutal as they come. Like I've been close to Yankee fan. I know how much they love their Yankees. If they blow this lead, they're going to be calling for Brian Cashman's head. They're going to be calling for to blow this thing up, because Cashman, never, Cashman just bargain shops for pitching. And so if they lose this lead, man, God, I'm going to be listening to New York sports radio for about a week after if they blow it, just because it's going to be funny to listen to.
But let's break it down. How many games in a row did they win, Buck? 15?
13.
13 games in a row.
13? And they have a 2.5 and a 3.5 game lead. How far down were they prior to that? You know, they made up some serious ground with that. There again, like I said, they're streaky. Give me the complete the complete meal versus a small sample.
Yeah.
I will
Well,
take
the
that. I
last
will take
10,
the win.
I mean, the Red Sox are 6-4 in the last 10. The A's are 3-7 in the last 10. The other two teams in contention are both 5-5 in the last 10, while the Yankees are 9-1. So yeah, they made up a ton of ground. They made up at least 5 games in that stretch. So you're right. Man, if they blow this lead, God, New York radio is gonna be fun.